I know the last video was a little long, and I kind of was rambling, but I forgot to mention. So, I finally fell asleep last night, and my dreams were like really violent. Um, and it's kind of embarrassing to admit, but I almost felt like there's one dream I remember very vividly, and I've always loved like saltwater fish tanks and stuff like that. So the dream was about me, and I was running like a successful fish store, like a saltwater fish store. I remember it very vividly, all the kinds of saltwater fish and corals and everything. And in the dream, I keep people kept coming into the shop and shooting me, killing me. I mean, it happened like probably 6 times in the dream, but I guess since we don't really know what happens to us, when we pass on, I kept coming back to the fish store, and every time I would come back, there would be, more employees, more tanks, more stuff. It was like it was being more successful. And, each time that would happen, I would get killed. So, but, I would always come back or just like get shot and, for whatever reason, wouldn't die. So, the very last time that right before I woke up, um, I remember this very, very, very vividly. So I was in my fish store, and I guess I had guns like stored around the store. I guess because I had kept getting killed or whatever. And I remember, like the employees having guns, and I had a gun that I carried inside my coat. And I remember it was a gun that I used to own. It's a Springfield XD, and I would carry it in my left coat pocket, so I could reach around from my right hand and grab it out. And I remember this guy comes into the store. He's a white guy. He had like long hair that was like put in like a man bun thing. And so he comes over to me and he says, "I found this on top of one of the tanks. And it's a black 1911 style pistol." And, I also, when I had a couple more guns, I had a 1911. It wasn't all black, but that's kind of irrelevant. So I go over to him, and I guess me being the store owner or whatever, I say, here, hand it here, hand it here. And I remember thinking in the dream, which is weird, why am I asking someone to hand me a loaded gun? So then he, goes like he's gonna hand it to me, and he kind of has it in his palm and like opens his palm up. And as I go and reach for it, he closes his palm and starts shooting me with it. And this time I go down, and he shoots me with it like 5 or 6 more times. I had like an Asian girl employee in the store, and for whatever reason, I don't know, I remember her running over, and I don't know what happened with the guy. He disappeared or whatever, ran out. I remember her screaming and running over, and I was laying on the floor at this point, and she was, I guess, holding me up. And then I remember almost like this. I remember her saying, "I can't stop the bleeding. I can't stop the bleeding." And then I remember almost like this like video game sequence, like in one of them games, the shooting games where you're hurt and you have to like move the sticks to a certain spot to stop the blood or whatever. Like that's what I remember. So I'm like trying to do that, and I keep failing at it. And then So I remember her saying, "He's dead, he's dead, he's gone." And I had money clutched in my left hand. And when she's saying, "He's dead, he's dead, he's gone," I remember my hand opening up and the money falling on the floor. And after that, um, I come back to the store, but this time, this time I noticed that I'm not myself, and I remember seeing a little memorial that she had made, and it was like a little sign in the first fish tank when you came in, like almost like a little plastic sign. It had a little bit of green algae flowing on it, and it said, in memory of Corey, our owner. And then right after that, I woke up. And that was really, really fucking weird, and a bit disturbing too. So I'm not really sure what to make of all of that. Also, the dream I had another dream where I was like in a house and it's upstairs, and it kept being like it was dark in the room, and right outside the window, I remember all these rats just kept running back and forth across right outside the window, like outside the screen. And then, I'm not really too proud to say it, but I remember like almost feeling like I was being like raped. Now I'm a man, so you can put that together, but being raped by like some kind of entity, spirit, or whatever. And I woke up in between that and my fish store dream. That happened first. And I remember, the part where a man gets raped on my body felt like strange when I woke up. So I don't know what I might have done when I had turned that spirit box on and played with it, or what I may have invited in, who I may have invited in. I thought I watched enough ghost shows, and I thought, oh, I know what I'm doing. And when I'm done, you tell them that they're no longer welcome here and they need to leave. And I remember when I was using it, I kept saying that. I would say, is there anything else you'd like to say before I turn the box off? And then it would always reply, and that would keep my interest going. So I kept saying that, I'm done, I'm turning the box off, anything else you want to say? And then a reply would come through. It would say something like, something that's kind of relevant, like to what's around me. Like it would keep saying seat, or corner, or flowers, and it said these in a sequence. So in my basement, you can see there's a couple other chairs, seats, in the basement here with me, and it also said like a head and corner and hook. So I'm gonna get up and show you guys this real quick. So in the corner over here, I had the same set of lights on last night, so this is the darkest corner. I mean, you can see here, it's not exactly flowers on the mantle. My mom likes to decorate, but over here in this corner, it kept saying flowers, garden, flowers, corner, hook, and it's damn dark over here in this corner, but my mom has like a little, I don't know if I can get that on cam. I'm gonna have to probably turn the light on. I don't know why it doesn't let you switch from selfie to the other mode without turning the video off anymore. So this corner over here, okay, kept saying hook. No, I know I'm not crazy. And this isn't exactly like a flower and a hook, but these are kind of like hooks on this thing in the corner. And this decoration, she currently doesn't have any flowers in it. She has like a beach vibe thing. But that planter always used to be next to our fireplace here, and she used to always have yellow flowers in it. So I'm not really sure what to make of all of that, but it's almost like someone, I don't like to use something, someone was here and they could see what was here in front of me, what was around me, and they were telling me. And at the time I was so focused on the damn box and the words that were coming through that I really didn't look into like the the numbers, the names, or I didn't take it too seriously. I thought like, it's a free program, so this could be just some kind of fucking AI like messing with me or something. But I so I was asking the questions, and I asked a fair amount of questions out loud, and then I started asking them more like almost attempting to do it telepathically, and that's when I would always get responses quickly. Sometimes this box would just go on for like 10 or 15 minutes without anything coming through. And so the way the app works, the box works, it scans radio frequencies, and it puts together noises and sounds that come through on multiple frequencies, and then it translates them into words that are in its dictionary. So but you can turn on the volume that hears what the box is actually picking up, and most of the time it was like it sounded like aggressive grunting or growling, snarling. Nothing nice. Like, no, I couldn't really make out many of the words. Obviously my name is Corey, and I highly doubt that that's a name that's in this database of words, just because it's not an awfully common name. I mean, some people have that name, but it's not a common name like some of the other names that it was saying. And those names happen to be in the Bible, like I mentioned before. I know I'm rambling on. I don't really know what else to do, but yeah, it's definitely a little bit concerning. So I'm just gonna leave this video at that. Alright, good night. I guess if something else happens, I'll try to catch it on film, video. I hope nothing else happens, but I'll try to catch it on film. And just one last point, I know I keep rambling, but one of the words that came through last night or the other night when I was using the box was no camera. So I guess whatever it was did not want me to like document that something was actually happening. And I've lived in this house for about 20 some years now. We just sold it, but been living here since I was about 12, and the area off in front of we call it the mud room, in between this family room and the garage over that way past the TV, always has made me feel uneasy, more so like when I was young. I just always felt uneasy in that area. So I don't know what to make think of all that. But I'm gonna stop rambling